see it right here, but we'll see what happens. I might be live. I'm sorry if I'm live. For the 800th time, I never know if I'm live. So there's that. Live in 20 seconds, it says. I'm looking at this link and nothing's happening here. It says I'm live. Published live. Am I live? I might be live. All right, 0 people watching, but that's good. I literally was like, token obnoxious comment. Nice, Robbie. All right. So I looked at some of the comments from the last stream and I got a couple DMs, like 2, 3 of them. And they were asking pretty much about what I was talking about with on-axis fill, because I was using my on-camera speed light as a fill light. So what does on-axis fill really mean? What are we really doing when we do that? So instead of doing it literally on camera, like with a speed light, I figured I would do it with studio lights so you could see pretty much what a studio setup looks like with like an on-axis fill. So you can do this like there's a ton of different ways. I'm sure a bunch of different people have their ways about doing it. So sorry guys. I'm gonna show you a really fast and like 1, 2, 3 kind of way to do it. And you need certain modifiers for this to happen. One being a large modifier and one being whatever the hell you want to use for your key light. Okay, so hey, thanks for wishing I'm well. I see that I'm live. Let me know. I should be pretty good on the audio this time, but you never know. So last time we were doing this with Sheila, we were just using a speed light with our studio strobes, and I was using the speed light basically as a fill. Now an on-axis fill will give you the shape that you're looking for out of your key light based on the position and style key light you're using, but the fill light will just come at the same direction of your lens, pretty much just filling in those shadows as much as you want because you can dial it in, as opposed to a reflector where you're literally just reflecting back whatever residual light you have. So I got Sheila here. I got 1,000,000 miles to that back wall. So the white wall will turn into probably black or gray. And let's take a black frame, because with fill light, what we need to know is what our ambient light is, because that's our shadows. Our shadows are going to be based on whatever light is in this space. So let's take a shot. All right, once again, I'm using a Nikon D850, a 24-120 f4 lens, a grip, and tether block, and I'm gonna use my A1 as a trigger, but right now we're not triggering anything. We're just gonna shoot, we do this. Oh, I'm actually hearing myself on this iPad. Hold on, guys. Mute. Hold on. I got all sorts of things happening here. I'm sorry, guys. Let me shut off all my browser stuff. Yay. Okay. Now, so I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to tether in. In the description is a bunch of stuff that I use. So if you're looking to pick up any of this stuff, you can go to my affiliate links. It does help out that channel. So I put in some things that I used today and some stuff I've used in other streams. So check it out if you have a minute. Look at the description. All right, so I'm going to shoot at f4. I'm going to shoot at f8 ISO 100, and I'm going to do 250 to a second, which is my flash sync, and I should get a black frame. Let's take a look. Hey Sheila, she's like, hey, what's up, man? Let's take a look. And it says I'm not connected. Fantastic. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want to see in our tethers. It telling me I'm not connected. Let's take a look. Sheila's looking fine. Sheila's looking fine every day. She was like, can we go out to dinner tonight? And I was like, no, you got to work. I need to do a live stream. Roar. Let me just take a look at why I'm not tethering in. My old ass MacBook sometimes goes, you're not tethering today. Brr. But that's why, you know, that's what we do. Let me see. I'm gonna try, man, nothing, huh? Let me try restarting capture 1. Sorry guys. I love how you test things out before you start and then you're just totally sunk in the water. Terminate and quit application. Hold on, Seth. Sorry guys. Let me just restart capture 1. Don't make fun of my desktop. I know it's a complete mess. This is how busy I am. I apologize. Let me do this. I'm going to open up that. Let me see if I can get a tether going in. And something's happening. My camera's looking for that computer. Let's take a look. Yep, she's blinking. She's like, where's that? Got it. All right, so let's take a shot. And we have close. Oh my God, what is going on here today? So we have a black frame, right? So now I'm gonna look at my black frame. I'm gonna go into my exposures. I'm gonna lift it up, and about 2.5 stops, I'm looking at my shadows. So now I know that my shadows are 2.5 stops as deep as the exposure I'm gonna create for my key light, because I wanna do it at f8. I decided f8, that's what I'm gonna go with. So let's click this back to normal. Let's get a key light into play. So today I'm gonna use a B1X, and I have a 1x3 strip. I told you guys I love strip lights. You can use them as key lights. You can use them to light half a body. You can light backgrounds with them. Get even strips of light. I'm gonna hang this thing just basically a quick perpendicular to my subject. So what does that mean? I'm gonna take an arm and I'm gonna stretch it out to about 2/3 out. I have it over the tallest leg on my C-stand that has a sandbag on it, and I'm going to just hang this light real fast, no cords because it's a Monolight, and I'm going to put it down on this pin. Remember, you guys need mounting pins. If you're using C-stands, I put a link to my favorite mounting pin of all time right there in the description if you guys want to go check it out. Okay, so this is well mounted, and I'm going to pitch it at a 45, and I'm pitching it at a 4x5. 1x3 feet, yeah, it's 1 foot by 3 foot. I don't know what that is in centimeters. I'm a jerk from America. All right, so your desktop gave me major anxiety. My desktop gives me anxiety, and I have to deal with it. That's my life, everybody, deal with it. All right, this is my work laptop, and I beat the hell out of it, and I don't take good care of it. Okay. So this is going to be in channel 3, group A. I'm doing channel 3 because there's other studios in this building, and sometimes channel 1 does trigger. And also these are Dan's lights, and Daniel likes to keep it on channel 3. So I'm going to arrange this so that the center of my light is right with her face. I'm going to give her a little bit more room. And I'm judging this based off of feel, but I have about maybe 1.5 feet of distance from the light, and I'm making sure that the light feathers kind of more in front of her. This will probably give me a really nice light. I probably won't even need to do a fill light on this, but I do want to give you real situations in which, you know, you're going to try to light to make it look good. You're not going to try to light to make a demo out of it. So let's put on my trigger. This is not firing. This is not firing. This is just a trigger. So let me put it into, so just to speed things up, I'm gonna do it in TTL because Profoto has a function where I can do a TTL shot, lock that power setting in, and then I pretty much did like a light meter reading right there. So let me put this in TTL. I'm gonna shut off all my other groups. And we're gonna fire, we see it firing. And let's just take a shot and see what we look like. So the same settings that I had. And there she is, nice and clean. It's clean, not bad. I'm gonna give her a little bit more light, so I'm gonna give it about another 1/2 stop of light. And let's take another shot. Let's take a look. Yeah, there she is. She looks pretty good. That background went dark like I said it was gonna happen, right? And now, hey, what's up, Andres? And now we're gonna look to clean this up a little bit. She already looks, it looks pretty good. Like normally I would leave this, but let's say you had a client that said like, oh, I don't like how dark this is looking. I don't like the shadows. Or the fill light coming on axis at the same plane of your focus, same plane of your lens will fill in those shadows a little bit, including micro shadows that create texture. And this is how you can save yourself a lot of pain in post for all you people that love to do all that post editing. So here's a 3-foot Octa. You can see this thing is a beast. I mean, this is 3 feet, right? The key to this is that you want to have a big light source. You want to have like a 5-foot, a 3 foot, you could use an umbrella if you don't want to use a softbox, but you need something big because it's going to go right behind you. And because I'm shooting like this and this light is ripping, we're going to get an on-axis fill. Now you got to worry about your ratios. Although I do kind of like the shot as it is, but we're going to fill in the shadows a little bit. Okay, so one easy way to start setting this up is make sure it's right behind the back of where you're going to be shooting. So like I'm going to be right here. I'm going to want it hit me right here and going around me. This is almost kind of like, I hate to say it like this, but if you want to think of it like that, it's a bit like a beauty dish. It's going to hit me in the hot spot and then wrap. It's going to just fly right past me. So let me just, oh, and remember the high leg is right over my light. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this off really easy. I'm going to start this one off at the same power that one is set to, and I bet you we will barely see it. So it's having a fill light on axis, similar to having a large soft light that in that it fills the texture shadows, making it look a little bit flatter. Yeah, you're kind of flattening out a little bit without it dramatically affecting your shot. You want to keep the shape. We want to make it seem like the light is still coming from up above like I'm doing, like this 45 down. We get the shadow here, the shadow right here, but we're going to open up those shadows so they're not as dense, right? Because right now they're 2.5 stops away from my key light. Right? So if this power setting is to 4.5, I'm going to set this one to 4.5 just to start off, and we're probably barely going to see it. So let's start in manual. Let's take a shot. Let me make sure everything's firing. It is firing. Let's take a look. And we'll probably won't even see a difference. Did it even? Nope, it didn't tether. Yay, let's do that again because I keep knocking my cable out of my camera like a schmuck. Let's do that again. And remember, it's going to be a very subtle shift. And there you are. Very subtle. Like you can see the background opens up a little bit, but now what we're going to do is we're going to add, I don't know, let's go to about, I'm going to add 1.5 stops to this light. And now you'll actually see a bit of a difference. Let me just make sure it's firing. Yep. Let's take a look. And you see how it opens up? So we were here, right? No, we're not doing that. We were here, and you can see the shift. You can see that it's still the same pattern of light, but we cleaned up those shadows. Now, I don't know if you guys can actually see, it looks a little overexposed on the Mevo, but you can see that the shadows are there, but they're opened up. And I can dial these shadows however much I want. I can lower this down another 1/2 stop if I wanted to, right? Let's do that. And take another shot, and you'll see somewhere in between. Right? So there you go, like a really, really clean portrait. 2 lights, real fast, right off the cuff. And you can get this going really, really quickly. So you start off there and you start cleaning them up on the right frame. So that's pretty much what an on-axis fill is doing. Gotcha, main thing is not affecting how the key light is shaping. Exactly. So if someone is not wanting wrinkles, they would definitely favor the second version, yeah. You still get the shape, but not as much shadow or detail. Great for hiding wrinkles, not that Sheila ever ages. Sheila totally ages. She's cracking everywhere, but I still love you. Look, I'm into older chick. It's cool. It's cool. We're all right. No, in fact, if we were looking at actual eyeballs, this is where you would see in the catch lights a silhouette of you shooting, which is kind of cool. Let's see. So this is like really fast setup. So if, let's say you don't have this, you could still do whatever key light you want, but throw an umbrella. And of course, an umbrella is going to be more specular, which could be something you'd want. Like let's say you were shooting something like wet. You wanted to see those specular highlights because it was like, you wanted to see that snappy white highlights. Maybe a silver umbrella for the fill would give you that kick that you're looking for because that's what you're trying to shoot. Good to know for when the model wants to post. Sheila is timeless. Sheila is timeless. Now, you know, this is what me and Daniel are constantly preaching when it comes to you don't need to sit there and clone tool someone's face to death. You can still document the person that's there just in the best light you are creating, which is, guess what? Being a photographer. Oh, crazy thought. What an idea. It's true, but this is where it's happening. So does everybody get this, or did I go too fast? I tried to do this one pretty quick because all my live streams are going on for like an hour, and it's kind of, I don't know if that's going to help or hurt my channel. Does everyone get what happened here pretty much? So let's do this, and let's zoom a little bit. And you can actually see that the texture of the paint, like all that paint rippling that happens, is way less magnified in the one on the right. You can actually see that it smooths out these micro wrinkles and stuff like that. At which point is on-axis light too much? When you start affecting the key light. So if this becomes at the same exposure of my key light, we'll get an all flat frame pretty much. In fact, if it goes too bright, then we actually start becoming the key light right here. Let's for the sake of doing it, let's do it. Let's jump this like 2 stops. Let's just make it hit really for real. And let's make it look, it's gonna look blown probably, because now we're exceeding the exposure that we were initially shooting. So let's take a look. This is with an overexposed on-axis fill. Let's take a look. And you can see like it's super flat, like it's crazy, crazy flat. But it's still exposed actually. You can actually see that we have texture and there's nothing blown out here. But wow, is that flat or what? It's actually pretty nice. But man, does she not look like a complete 4x5 negative there? It doesn't even look like a photo, right? She looks like she's a negative. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, I think I'm starting to get sick again. I was fine today. Now I think I'm gonna get sick again. But yeah, so this is pretty much what you can do really quickly if you wanted to even get different looks, you know. And if you wanted to get kind of crazier with it, you could gel them, right? You could keep this and then gel this on-axis fill to break up the shadows with just a little bit of color. You know, you could do that. A lot of different. Hey, what's up, Mike in here? Would it be when the on-axis light becomes more powerful than the key, therefore becoming the key? Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening here. In fact, if I were to really boost up, my on-axis right now and make it my key light, well then it's gonna look like a mess. So let's do that. So let's say I am at, let's give it a bunch of light, all right? So now this is at 9. So I'm gonna actually turn off this light and I'm just gonna see what this light is doing. You can even feel, oh, that's loud. Okay, that's gonna feel it. You can actually see it's just gonna blow, right? Look at that, totally blown out, ugly, ugly light. But if I were to expose for this, right? If I were to expose for this light, let's see if I even got that right. Just, whoa, what did I just do? What did I just do? Let's take a look. This is just the fill light. See, you can see it's ugly light. But if I put back on my key light, let's take a look. She's back to normal because it's about the pattern of light. It's about the pattern of light at this point. Does that make sense to you guys? That when, actually it looks terrible on the live stream, I'm just realizing that. But even though we're getting the right exposure, that it's technically correct, the pattern of light is ugly, therefore causing a bad image. Or you might like that image. Like I said, there's no right answers, right? It's just your taste level and what you're into. Oh boy, gels, huh? You guys want to do gels? Okay. All right, let me grab some gels really quick and I'll see what's up. Let me see what I got with me today. I have, let's see. Let's do some gels. Let's do some really conflicting gels, all right? Let's do, ooh, what's this? Ooh, it's like a minty teal. We'll do that. Let's do a minty teal. Whoops, sorry guys. I need some tape. Hold on guys, sorry. I didn't expect to do gels right now, so you guys are throwing me for a loop right now. But I guess that's kind of the plus of doing this live, right? Does quality of the fill light on axis change the look much? Say if you're filling it with an A1 on camera instead of a softbox. Yeah, so it does affect it. Keep in mind this is a large soft hit. So when it's breaking the shadows, it'll be breaking them softly. If I'm using an A1, it's a hard hit, and you can kind of usually tell when that's been used, but it does make a better image in my opinion. But you are basically saying, hey, I totally, wow, why does this look so overblown? It's crazy. This is not blown out. Look at this, guys. This is not blown out at all. This is all clean. Clean as, wow, that sucks. The Mevo just can't handle all the exposures at once, I guess. Let me just get a quick gel in here. Sorry, guys. Let me just, you guys asked for it, so we're doing it. I'm gonna do a teal minty gel on my key light, which is my 1x3 strip. All right, and I'm going to then try opening up the shadows clean with just a regular white light. Keep in mind I'm going to lose light because a gel, you know, does take away some light out of you because you are, well, you're putting something in front of the light. All right, so let's take a look at this. I was about to ask the same thing about the principle of light. He did it with something different, but it's a matter of taste, awesome, and tickle. Yeah, it does definitely change it. There's no doubt it changes it. So let me, oh, hold on. Let me dial this to, all right, just hold on. I got to make sense of what I'm doing now. Okay, so we have a teal gel. Let's take one shot with the teal gel. Let's take a look. She's going to be all blue, right? Am I not tethered? Okay, so she's all blue. Although she is darker because the gel eats light. So I'm going to give it another half a stop, I'd say. Nah, you know what? We'll give it 2/3 of a stop. Let's take a look. Okay, so now she's opened up, but she still has shadow. So I'm going to turn on my fill light. And now my fill light's naked. There's no gel on it, right? So I know that I need to actually dial back that exposure by 2/3 because I raised this one 2/3. Get it to make the balance? Let's take a look. And you can see the shadows start breaking apart, but we are using different colors of light. So let's change those shadow colors, right? Let's put in, I don't know, let's do a CTO. Let's do teal with orange, which I think is a pretty cool combo. Actually, we could do just like a dank orange, which is kind of cool, actually. Let's, you know what, forget it. We won't do CTO. We'll do an actual orange gel. Let's do that. Okay, so I need a piece of tape. And I'm going to drop this in front of my light. And this is the shadiest way to put a gel in, but whatever. Does everyone get what's going on here so far? Am I just like kind of going crazy? I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys tell me. So now what we should get, in theory, if this doesn't overpower my key light of the teal, I should, in theory, get some warm shadows. See if this, watch this mess come together. Nothing? Okay, so now we need more light on my fill. Let's take a look. And you can start seeing the orange shadows come up right about here. So if we wanted this to be more drastic, we could do that. We could change the pattern of our key light, right? To be, to drag those shadows a little harder. So let's do that. We're already like messing this shot up a bunch. So let's do that. I tried to do just a nice, quick, clean setup for you guys, but you seem to want something a little different than that. So, hey, and that's kind of the bonus of going live. That's why you guys are on this channel, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna shoot this with the teal light, almost like a street light, like straight down. I'm gonna shut this light off. I'm changing the pattern of my light. All right, so let's change the pattern of my light. I'm gonna shut off my fill light. I'm gonna take a test shot of just the teal, see if I'm gonna make enough of a shadow drag for you guys. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I left my light on here. I totally ruined the whole thing. Let's see. Let's drag those shadows even longer. Let's do it like even more like overhead so we get that really hard mobster lighting. Okay, so now, I mean, this is literally like right over her head, like bathing right down. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what that light looks like. Okay, so now we have some like really dragged out shadows, right? We have it's all teal because that's the only light I'm recording. So now I'm gonna put on my fill light right here that's orange or some sort of salmon-y, I don't know what color this is. Let's take a look. And boom, you can see that we have really warm orange shadows wherever this light is filling in the absence of an exposure. This is my only light that I'm exposing. Anywhere that I'm not exposing is a shadow, which is an absence of exposure. If this is underexposed compared to that light and the exposure I'm recording at, meaning I'm at f8, this light is probably at 6.3, if not 5.6. And because of that, it can fill in the shadows that would read around 5.6 or 6.3, but not overtake the teal at f8. Everyone makes sense? Let's take a zoomy zoom. I mean, look at that. You got teal all over the place and you've got warm shadows everywhere else. So that's pretty much what's happening here. And that's how you're getting the two colors at once and not having like a mix or one beating out the other. Or technically this is beating out that one, but I'm not gonna get into that. The video Seth made on gels, the ladder is what made me click on this massive. Oh yeah, so that ladder video apparently went huge. Thanks to everybody for watching. I know it was a vertical video. I did it for IGTV before I had a YouTube channel. I figured I would just throw it up on here. So I appreciate you guys watching that. So does everyone understand what's happening here? If there's any question on this, tell me now, because it seems like I keep going into these setups and then there's like questions still on the line, and I would rather answer them now than not. So let me know in the chat. If you're watching this after this live, you can write a comment down below. I'll see what I can do about answering that. But pretty much that's the whole explanation of what's going on here. If you scroll, let me see. If I go down here, you can really see it. So the highlight hits her chin, the shadow remains, and then the orange comes in and only has enough exposure to fill in a little bit of the shadow. And we can keep on dialing in this orange till it starts dominating and it gets really ugly. But why would we do that? That looks pretty cool to me. And it's a pretty easy way to like really quickly change something up. Just realize how much light your gels are gonna eat up on the exposure. So I'm guessing that these are about 2/3 of a stop each. Some gels are really dense and they take up to 2 stops. So be careful. Look at the packaging for the gels that you guys are buying. I recommend the Roscoe gel packs, but if you're buying individuals, I'm a huge fan of Lee gels, especially their color calibration, the CTO CTBs. Lee gels have been the most accurate gels I have ever used. I didn't put any links down below because I'm a jerk, but if you're interested in buying any of those, let me know and I'll put some affiliate links down below. Love your work, tutorials, advice. Thanks so much, Jose. Does everyone get what happened here? I mean, this is not what I was planning to do right now, but you know, whatever. We shot this first and then we cleaned her up to be like this. And then we kind of started making it look like a Smurf with some sort of skin rash. So, and all this stuff, all these light theories are the exact stuff I used over the years shooting all those special effects makeups you guys have seen on my Instagram. It's ways to use lighting and get that shot out of your camera into a client's hands. You don't touch it. The clear explanation is always, oh great, thanks. It always feels weird when I explain it so fast. I always feel like I left somebody behind or something. And I also think that I skip things in my own head. So yeah, let's take a look at this really quick so you guys can see what we just went through. So we started with a key light on the left and then we cleaned it up with an on-axis fill in the middle. And then on the right, you can see that we put a teal key light And then our on-axis fill is just dusting in this like salmon-y orange into those shadows and creating this effect that we're getting without dominating the entire image. So that's that. Any questions, you guys? I know I'm on a lag. I know that this is like on a delay or whatever, so I'm not sure what part you guys are up to. Can you use your connections at Profoto to get them to release a Fuji compatible A1 so I can finally switch over? I don't have any connections at Profoto actually. I'm very fortunate to get the gear I use, but I will say that there are some things coming next month you guys should keep watch for. I can't say more than that. I do not know what they're doing as far as licensing issues, like what shoes they can get the license for the A1 and stuff like that. But I will tell you that there is some stuff coming this year I wish I could talk about. It's killing me, but so you can mix multiple colors, different exposures. That's basically the correct way to do it. People that point a bunch of lights and different gels and just pray, you can actually control this and have a light theory behind it. Your key is always going to be your dominant exposure. Everything should be under that exposure. Your key, and then every other fill light should be under that exposure. Anything else like a hair light or background light, that's separate. But like anything that's affecting your subject is under the exposure of your key light. And if that's the case, then it should never overtake your key. So use the larger softbox for fill with a lesser light is what you did first. So yeah, the key to, I should stop saying that. The idea behind a really easy on-axis fill is to put a larger light source that's behind you so that it's coming straight at your model. Some people use ring lights for this. I think they're overpowered and have an ugly, hard look to them if they're not used correctly, or certain manufacturers have pretty ugly ring lights. And I'm talking about speed, like a flash, not a LED light or something like that, which are horrible too, by the way. And you can, and the quality of this will affect, like I said, if you're shooting something wet, let's say I was shooting like swimwear and I want, or like somebody that's an athlete and I want to see sweat, I probably wouldn't use the softbox for the fill. What I might actually do is like a silver umbrella so that when I get my key light to look how I want it to look, the fill light will be the snap and actually cause the specular highlights because of reflection rather than exposure. At that point, highlights aren't really an exposure. They're just a reflection of the lights used. And that's probably when I would use like a 5 or 7 foot umbrella behind me. Oh man, what are the sizes of the modifiers? The ones I'm using today is a 1x3 strip light, 1 foot by 3 foot, and this is a 3 foot Octa. The links are in the description. If you guys are into any of the stuff I'm using right now, the affiliate links do help out this channel. If you do purchase anything, let me know. I can give you an affiliate link to that gear and it does help out the channel. Excuse me. Oh God, I feel like I'm sick again. If you had moved to the left though and left the fill light where it is, how would that affect the shot as it is no longer on axis? So then you're actually causing a shift. So if I move first of all, you need like a pretty notable size shift. Like it would have to be to the side of a frame. But once, wherever it hits first is the initial exposure, then it's gonna die off. So your shadow fill won't be even. And therefore you'll be changing the pattern of the light. It won't look like it's coming from straight overhead. Instead, it'll look like it actually shifted. For me to show that, I'd probably have to move the light all the way to the side or whatever, but a lot of people don't understand that the closer you get to putting your fill light towards at the same plane as the lens, the cleaner your light's gonna look. Probably work well with a beauty edition as the main light. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're using for the main light. If you, it's pretty much whatever you're shooting the main light out of to make it, whatever you're using to refine or modify the key light is still going to cause a shadow on the opposite side of wherever it hits. It doesn't matter what you're using. You can use a 5 foot Octa, really soft light, mega soft light, but for the most part, any modifier will still produce a shadow at some point. Why did the background lighten so much in the 2-shot gel? Because I'm literally shooting this onto a white floor with white ceilings on a white wall. You're seeing an anomaly. This probably wouldn't happen if there was carpeting or a darker floor. A lot of the times what you guys don't see is me and Dan put black canvas down on the floor to like absorb light instead of reflecting it everywhere. So that's why the background lit. So no longer on axis would affect the light pattern, right? Is that it, guys? So, wow, this was actually, I'm glad I did this one. I was like, I'm not going to go live today, but then I'm pretty glad. Man, am I getting sick again? Jeez, my eyes are killing me. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe it's the air in here. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, I just want to say thank you to all you guys. I can't believe how supportive everybody's been of the channel. It's only the support that makes me want to come back and do another live stream. So I really appreciate it. If you guys want to throw support, you can catch some of my t-shirts or merch. The link is down below. It's some of my photos from over the years on some pretty dope merch and actually pretty good quality. I'm pretty happy with it. So any of that helps support. And if you do pick up any merch, post it, I'll repost it and shout you guys out, and hopefully you guys get some exposure from my followers if there are any. Yeah, so let me know if there's anything else you guys would want to see. If you're looking at buying any of the gear, check the description below. If you're new to my channel, please hit subscribe or check me out on Last X Witness on Instagram. You guys can see me on Adorama TV, which I'm pretty sure all of you came from. Again, like this, it really means a lot to me to know that there's an audience out there that doesn't care about popularity specs and bullshit, that you actually want to fucking learn something. So I hope that all the 20 years I've been shooting, grinding away in studios can kind of trickle into you guys to get you streamlined and going on your own careers. You know, don't stop, stay psyched. Don't get bogged down by how much money you have to spend, how long the hours get, where you got to drag gear. Just keep going. Do not stop. I promise you, you're going to get to a level that you're psyched on, and that's when you're going to start flying, when there is no real like walking into a set going, what am I going to do? But you're more like, I'm going to do this. That is the best feeling in the world. I guess it's up to me to say it. 36 watch, 18 likes, hit that button. Oh, thanks. Do you ever check out our stuff out? Just wondering. You know, I gotta tell you, every time I open up Instagram, it's like a wall of notifications telling me like I was tagged here, go to this, go to that, and I just don't have time for it. If you notice, me and Dan are usually going live with you guys while we're eating because we don't have that much time. So I should get better at looking some of the stuff, but I could lie to you and say that I am checking it out, you know. Can't believe your channel is still under 1,000. Yeah, I really need this channel to get over 1,000 subscribers. So the best way to do that is if you guys share the videos around. If you guys share any of the links or anything, sharing will help other audiences find my videos because they're not going to find it organically the way YouTube works right now. I'm too small of a channel to be circulated. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but I will be trying to go live weekly, and I was doing pretty good there for a while, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much on axis fill, and we went into some gels because I know Robbie loves gels, so I gotta, you know, hook that guy up. I'm a rock star. Yeah, I wish I was a rock star. Hey, saw you in a magazine recently. Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot. Do I have it? Oh, I don't have it with me. Oh wait, no, I don't have it with me. Do I have it with me? Hold on, guys. Let me see if I got it with me. Ah, damn it. Okay, so I'm in this month's rangefinder. I give you guys a guide to 10 ways to stylize your light. I give you guys a guide to do-it-yourself solutions. If you do not subscribe to rangefinder, it's basically free. Go to rangefinder magazine on Google or whatever, and just hit subscribe, and you should get the magazine. For anybody that's seen the layout, if you take a picture of it, I'll repost it. Random question, is there a video of the shoot you did for Vanessa? There is no video of the shoot I did for Vanessa because sometimes you just need to have that atmosphere of two photographers trying to get to a shot that they both want. And I think it's really special when you find peers, people at your level, and there's a mutual respect, and I have nothing but pure respect for Vanessa Joy. So that shoot was just for us. And apparently the photo ended up at Shutterfest this week, along with a bunch of my other photos from the Westcott cover, and a bunch of other photos are hanging up there, but I'm not there, so go figures. Yeah, so there is no video of the Vanessa Joy shot. I'm sorry, but I appreciate everybody being psyched on that image because that is right out of camera. I did a little bit of tonal grading in Capture One for the black and white preset that I have created myself. And then I just gave it right to her, no retouching. She complains that there's zits. I'm like, she still looks beautiful. She's Vanessa Joy. She's stunning. Just wondered if I measured the pic looked great. Yeah, thanks. I try to live stream as much as I can, but I can't tell you how much work this is. It's crazy. So tomorrow, me and Daniel Norton will be in this studio, and I bet you 110% we're gonna live stream something, even if it's just a sit down live Q&A. So get your questions ready for me and him. If not, maybe we'll do something with Sheila, because you know she doesn't like to choose a favorite between us. You know, let me know. All right, is there anything else, you guys? Anything else I can help you out with? Does everybody understand on-access fill? If not, we can go through it. I know these videos get filled with a lot of this like, you know, rhetoric jargon I keep on spitting out, but one day I'll make a concise video. I think that going live is what keeps this channel separate from all the other stuff I do, like on Adorama and Daniel's channel and stuff like that. Any chance you'll be doing a video on how to create your Capture One preset? I'm sorry. I doubt I will be doing that, because in reality, I'm not an expert at Capture One. I just know what I look for in my color grading, and that comes from years of color darkroom experience, years of color chemistry and black and white, and alternative processes like cyanotypes, Van Dyke browns, platinum, palladium printing, liquid light. I did so much stuff in analog that I feel like when I look at digital, it's not giving me things I used to see, and that's what I go through with my Capture One. So I do not really have an idea of how to tell you guys how to set a preset. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how I would even explain anything. Take care of yourself, man. Thank you. I'm trying to. When's the blood demo? Hey, maybe we'll do the blood demo tomorrow. I don't know. I'll talk to Dan about it. I don't know. We have to go to the supermarket and make some really sticky stuff. What would I do with the blood after that? I guess after we make the blood, we're gonna have to do a bloody shoot. I mean, that's just the rules. So that's what's gonna happen. Put a link for a travel tripod. I don't know tripods. I really don't. I don't use them too much. You guys have never seen me really use tripods. The only time I do use tripods is for still lifes and macro photography things for jobs that I do. So Daniel Norton might be the better guy to ask about that. He's a tripod guy. Okay, so this is running way longer than I thought. Actually, it's not that bad. It's only like, what, a half hour, 40 minutes in. Okay, we actually accomplished quite a bit. Not bad. All right, high five, high five, high five. All right. Anything else? Nope. Okay, so if you guys want this channel to grow, please share it around. Hit like, hit like, hit like. Drop a bunch of comments. Anything you write as a comment boosts the algorithm on these channels. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. And watch time actually helps these things out. Not just the view, but how long you guys are watching for. That's the real algorithm booster. Yeah, Capture One is a beast. If you guys want to learn Capture One, I suggest you check out Tina Eisen, T-I-N-A-E-I-S-E-N. She's rad as fuck. She's a cool person. She does some pretty high-end commercial beauty fashion stuff. Her stuff is very Capture One edited and, you know, retouched, but she does it professionally. She's not like hiding it or anything like that. All right, yeah, get well. I know I keep getting sick. I don't know what's going on. I gotta sleep. Anyway, I got Mortal Kombat 11 waiting for me at home, so I am going to be having a good night. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to sink my teeth into this game. Anybody have a favorite Mortal Kombat character? Comment below. Tell me who your favorite Mortal Kombat character of all time is. There's so many of them. And I used to be a Scorpion guy forever, but this game, Mortal Kombat 11, has got me going Noob Saibot lately. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'm changing my style in my old age. I don't know. All right. I'm going to go, guys. If you're looking to buy anything, let me know. Write in the comments. I'll send you an affiliate link. If you want to check out anything I used, I guarantee you it's in the description. I will see you guys on Adorama TV. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow live and go bang out some fatalities. Hell yeah. Hit Capture One for a discount code for us. You know what? Stay tuned. We're working on getting something going with Capture One, but it's sticky. It's kind of hard. Sub-Zero all the way. Oh, you're so typical. So typical, Sub-Zero. You're so typical. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. He was my favorite when I was like 8. I'm in a goofy mood. Let me pack this stuff up. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tune in. We'll be going live on my channel, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.